The National Guard has now been deployed. And I want to explain why this is such a big deal. Because this is something that many people have experienced, especially over this past year. However, it hasn't been until just yesterday that a state is bringing in the National Guard to actually put a stop to crime. I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. I want to show you something really quick. Look at this right here. It says, Governor Gavin Newsom deploys California National Guard to Los Angeles fires. Says looting will not be tolerated. Now, I want to explain why this is such a big deal. Because a lot of people are thinking, well, why is somebody going to go into a home that's been burnt down? What are they really going to find, right? Well, here's the thing. Some people are setting fires, and we've seen this in other states before. I remember seeing this years ago where people would set fires, and then as the other people in the surrounding homes would leave, they would have groups come in and actually try to take electronics and jewelry, everything that they could out of the homes while the firefighters are fighting a specific fire. Well, that's kind of what we're seeing now. I want to show you this as well, though. Let me play this clip for you. Look at this.
Trying to light a old Christmas tree, a dead Christmas tree on fire. Neighbors fearing that he could start, of course, another fire, deciding they had had enough, that they were going to step in. They followed this gentleman up the block, and that is where 2 neighbors finally decided to detain him. They had zip ties, and thankfully, they were able to hold on to this person. The LAPD arriving a short time later, taking this person into custody on suspected arson. Now, I can tell you that through a police source, we have learned that this person is believed to have been tied to the Kenneth fire. We are blurring out their face. You're looking at this video of him being detained. We are blurring out his face because police have not officially come out and said that he is connected to the Kenneth fire. But
so right there. So this person was trying to light a old Christmas tree on fire. Okay? Don't know if it's his Christmas tree. Was just trying to light it on fire to get rid of it. Interesting. At this time, okay, this was just earlier today or yesterday, but he was trying to light it on fire. Not a good time. Timing terrible. Okay, doing it with a blowtorch. Now, here's why this is such a big deal. Okay, because this is what we've seen. People are trying to benefit and prosper off of others' misfortune. Right now, there's thousands of homes that are gone, that people are going to have to wait years to rebuild, some of which are already listing those properties for sale. Okay? I've talked to several friends of mine, a couple of which have actually listed or are going to list, because right now real estate agents are swarmed. They are so busy. And I say this because right now, thousands of people, thousands of homeowners are trying to move their family into something different. They're trying to find a short-term rental, maybe a long-term. Maybe they're trying to find a home to purchase, right? This is what's happening over the past 72 hours. That people are trying to pretty much, their lives have been uprooted. Now they're trying to establish something for their family and their kids. Well, guess what? People are still trying to benefit off of their misfortune. This is why Governor Gavin Newsom had to deploy the California National Guard to prevent looting. Look at this. This is actually from the California governor's website. It says, Governor Gavin Newsom today announced he has approved a request from Los Angeles County to deploy the California National Guard to support law enforcement efforts in the region. The Cal Guard service members join a historic number of personnel and resources combating hurricane-force wind-driven wildfires in Southern California. Comprehensive efforts continue to push to extinguish the flames. 8,000 personnel are now deployed to fight fires and ensure public safety in Southern California, adding to resources not only statewide, but also throughout the entire nation. Okay, now, here's some of the numbers. Look at this. It says, by the numbers, all in state response. Already, firefighters have been able to make some gains to fight several fires. The Lydia fire is 60% contained, and the Sunset fire, impacting the Hollywood Hills, is contained. California's emergency response to wildfire impacts has involved nearly every part of the state's government. Assistance on the ground includes, well, and then he gives a big old list: firefighter personnel, 6,200, equipment, over 1,000. You can see right here just kind of what they have at their disposal. Now, as everybody's busy, as police are driving down the roads to try to evacuate certain areas of the state, well, as they're doing that, they're not pulling over people for speeding. They're not arresting people. Well, it's California. I guess things have changed, but they're not arresting people for shoplifting, right? That's not important at this time. But again, now store owners are questioning, well, where is our help? If somebody comes in with a weapon into a convenience store and they're trying to steal cash out of the register, well, we're going to give it to them, but is there going to be anybody there to assist us? Anybody there to file a report with? Or do we just have to wait until these fires are over? Well, these threats are continuing. This is why California had to deploy their National Guard, because we've seen this before. I remember getting reports from friends of mine, and some community members here that were saying that they had to evacuate Florida, and during the hurricanes, especially the first one, they evacuated so quickly, but on their home security cameras, they just kept seeing that their door was open, the garage door was open, and then on security footage, they see people walking out of their house carrying a TV, carrying boxes, right, big bags of stuff. They didn't even know what they were losing, but that's all they saw. Guess what? You can call the local authorities, but what are they going to do when everyone's trying to evacuate at the same time? You think local authorities are going to go look at your house and figure out what you just lost? No, especially when no one's going to be there. Probably not, and they didn't. So that's one of the benefits here is, yeah, we're seeing all these people that are attempting to profit and get somewhere with taking other people's possessions as they evacuate before their home is potentially burned down. And again, Governor Gavin Newsom says, no, not going to do that. But at this time, what he is doing is really in the eye of not just the people of California, but the entire country. The entire country is watching to see what Governor Gavin Newsom's response to all this stuff's going to be. Because right now, the amount of calls asking for him to resign, well, are astounding. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see if Governor Gavin Newsom actually does resign. We'll see if the National Guard presence does deter potential, burglars and thieves. But at this time, that's what we know. So again, as soon as we get more information on this, I promise I'll bring you all the latest news and updates. But that's what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.